the MG Show. The show is about to start. Buckle up, 'cause here we go!
What you know you can't explain. But you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Experience the awakening. Brilliant anonymous researchers. Patriots, join us in the Patriot Army. Trust the plan, pain coming. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. RedStateTalkRadio.com, Brighteon.tv, Rumble.com/MG Show. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. We fight every day right here on the MG Show. Mic is hot.
I mean, is it going to be hot?
Ooh, the mic is hot, Shady.
I'm going to stay away from it then.
Welcome to the MG Show. It is Monday. It is 12:07 on the East Coast, 9:07 where Shady is, deep behind enemy lines over there on the East Coast or West Coast. And I got to tell you, it was a good game, but the Packers did win. I'll accept it, but you know what? It was a really good game, and the Packers were sweating there for a while. We almost came back. They did intercept it in the end zone. You know, whatever, guys. Hey, I'm still proud of my Bears.
That's great news. I mean, at least you didn't switch like your favorite team or something and become a Packers fan overnight.
Yeah, exactly. No, they didn't really get smacked too hard. It was only 7 points, and they were threatening to score. I mean, you know, guys, it was a close game. I mean, you know, trash talk is good. Love it. Yes, the Packers won. I'll accept it, but we play them in 2 weeks, so let's see what happens then.
All right.
The Packers, the Packers got us on the first quarter. If we played the second quarter like we did the first quarter, there would be no Packers win. So
you're basically saying that this game was oppositional research for the next game.
Yes.
God, wow, that's interesting.
But congratulations to all you Packers fans, because that's what we do. We are respectful to one another. We do trash talk, but that's okay. But we're all still friends. Whole Packers Bears rivalry in a nutshell. You know, we could watch the game together, you know, be funny and stuff, and we're still all in the end friends, and it's just a game. But it was a really good game. I got to give both teams that. It was a nail biter on both sides.
Seems way too cold to argue to me, but that's just my position.
It feels like 7 degrees there.
It's like you're just arguing because you're cold and you're trying to warm up.
It might be. We got, Cram says, crazy weekend. MAGA attacking MAGA. Are they really MAGA?
No.
So, we're really learning a lot, too. And Data Republican had the thing. I want to address, should we address it? I mean, I just want to address it.
I guess. I mean, it's just like it's saying the circles, the circles that we go around are pretty interesting.
So, breaking news. If you're watching this show, you are in a cult. Okay.
The 9 millionth person has come to the conversation to share that with you.
Yeah. So the truth is learned. It's never told. I guess that means that we're, we follow Q. So essentially, is that person calling Q a cult?
Interesting question.
It is an interesting question. So, actually tougher. Uh-oh. Connect to live stream on Facebook. It went away. Is it because I said cult? Yeti, you see that?
No report. It's me on the screen.
Yeti. Did we lose Yeti?
Probably, possibly.
Wow. Okay. All right. Facebook is off maybe because I said the word cult. Culture is the
Why
word.
don't you say culture?
Yeah. Huh. All right. So, anyways, this is from Queued Up, who we actually supported for. Here we are. We're back on again. We're actually now we're back off again. We were actually friends with him and helped him. We gave him a platform, for crying out loud, and now he's out there calling individuals of the MG Show family who embraced him because we embraced him. Now calling you guys a cult, guys.
I'm not going to embrace anybody anymore.
Yeah. I mean, we might not want to. This is from Queued Up to Lydia. She says, how are you, dear Queued Up? Hope you're well. I'm well. I see you are in a cult. If you don't believe the leaders, you're an outcast. I wish your situation was different and could think for yourself and let others think for themselves. They are taking advantage of you. Never disgrace the Gemcom show by wearing the merch you bought. You've been blocked for stupidity, not letting others think for themselves. Sorry to rid myself of any MG show retards. Hence why shut show down. Have a good life following and truly hope you can better. Have a good life too. I wish you well, says dear friend Lydia. And Lydia actually is amazing. She sent me that message and she's just like, whatever, dude, you should feel really bad about yourself, Queued Up, because we follow Q. Okay. You followed the 93 stuff. I didn't really understand it. It's like throwing a Shady had a good analogy. It's like throwing a bunch of sand at your feet and you pick up one crystal and say, oh, this is it. Because I've seen him do it too. Like J.D. Vance. Oh, that didn't equal 93. James middle initial D Vance. That didn't equal 90. James Vance. That equals 93. So it's kind of getting ridiculous, Queued Up. And you attacking our show after what we've done for you. Send them this video, guys, please. Okay? Because we did nothing wrong. And I didn't, I stayed quiet on his addictions to alcohol. I stayed quiet on his addictions to gambling. I stayed quiet on a lot of things that he told us privately, guys. So you might want to ask for your money back because you finance his gambling sickness. And, when somebody has to, I prayed for him to get better. And then he goes and gets these treatments of ketamine and then drinks beer right after. I'm sorry. I am not on your side anymore, Queued Up. And you can go F yourself. That's my statement.
I'm going to just leave it. I'm going to let it rest right there, sir.
Yeah.
And I think that speaks for both of us. That says everything I need to say. God bless you, Lydia. Yeah. And God bless you to anybody else out there that is currently able to navigate the cult. And you wind up at a position of like you're acting like everybody's allowed to ask questions, Jeff. Like I could ask questions,
but then he blocks me for asking questions.
But hang on, it's like I could ask questions too about all this stuff because all this stems is coming downwards from the InfoWars psychological operations that they're running right now with Candace Owens and all of this nonsense with Charlie Kirk. So I could do this exact same thing. Candace Owens had something to do with the murder of Charlie Kirk. I can do that. That's all you have to do. That's literally all you have to do. So you could pick any single person and you can just sit there and start making proclamations. Anyone can do it. And then whenever we go to dig into the proclamations to see if the proclamations are relevant, if they have applicable fact-based patterns, or if they are in fact at all based in fact, you could discover these things pretty simply. Over the weekend, this lady was telling everyone she's literally got everybody scrubbing the video of Charlie Kirk's murder, going after and trying to identify everyone in the crowd that had a maroon shirt on. Because everybody that was wearing a maroon shirt that day is somehow associated with each other. And so they're trying to dox all the people that were there at the event at Utah, at the school, to try to dox people to say that they were in some sort of operations online. You people are not in charge of an investigation. And what they're doing is they're trying to destroy the investigation. They're trying to make it to where you can't find 12 people that haven't heard Candace Owens BS. As they're sitting there watching this, they're thinking, oh, maybe it wasn't really him. Maybe it was a foreign government. Maybe it was like that's what they're trying to do. And whenever you look at it in that context, it's effectively what you could clearly paint this as is people running cover for something. Why are you trying to distract from something so hard that you're making things up this intensely? It's almost like you're trying to like cover your tracks and send people in the opposite direction. That's what it looks like on the surface from all of them that are going along with this Candace things. And that's every bit of InfoWars and every bit of Flynn Network right along with it.
Yeah. And you called him InfoWars and he flipped out, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Now,
because that's the narratives that you're touting. You're saying you're thinking for yourself. You're believing InfoWars.
Yeah. Cash App Patel name to remember. InfoWars not good. I mean, you followed Q.
Cash Patel is 93.
Now, right? 93.
Cash App Patel's 93.
Yeah. So aren't we taking the numbers back? Or, I mean, see?
Only whenever we want to.
Right. I also want to let you know that during, and I'm going to talk about this for a minute because we're going to need prayers, but during a traumatic lifetime moment for Poussant, who's in the chat right now, he's arguing with her saying that we are in a cult. And when you decide to leave the cult, he'll be there for her. Meanwhile, her husband had a stroke, a massive stroke. Okay. So he's texting her at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Crap.
Lots and lots of prayers for Poussant, guys. What an amazing miracle happened with the MG Show family this weekend. It's not really on me to explain anything or to talk about it or whatever, but I'd just like to say that what I saw happen this weekend was unbelievable. And I'm here to say that God bless you, Poussant. God bless Tim. God bless all of you guys there in Georgia.
Yeah. Thank you. And Poussant, please pray for Tim in the Georgia vector, if you will, prayer warriors. It looks like he's made almost a full 100% recovery. They're going to watch him, and we're going to just make sure that he, it's a wake up call for all of us, guys, to take care of our health, to make sure that we're doing the right things for ourselves. And we're going to need a lot of prayers for Tim and Poussant and the family.
That's a big thing, because I'd like to, we get stuck in day-to-day news and what it is that's going on here. But the ultimate reason that this broadcast started is because we are bringing information relevant to how it is that you become a better you. None of us should be satisfied with the us of today. Okay. This is something I learned so long ago. And I've been so blessed to live my life with knowing that the me of today is no good. The me of today is no good. The me of tomorrow could be much better. And so as long as I'm looking at myself saying, I messed up here all day today and I'm going to do better tomorrow. Like that's who I'm trying to like make all of us be. Like, so that's who I want us all to be, because we can be working as a well-oiled machine. And I think that you're starting to see it happen. I may be wrong, but I think that you're starting to see what's going on out there. There's been a clear separation. It's like oil and water. It doesn't mix. So now you're seeing the separation in the jar in front of you of like, okay, what has MG Show been doing? We're still crystal clear over here. But look at that separation in the jar. Look at that muckety muck on the bottom. What is that? You know exactly what that is. That is your counter narratives to the truth that have been inundating you for your entire life. And now you have the truth that's actually in charge of the levers of government, and they flip the script. Now everything has to be a conspiracy. Nothing can be the truth. And that's what we're experiencing right now. And that's why we're trying to bring to you this very, very sound, logical foundation of listen to everyone, read everything, believe nothing unless we can take the pen to paper and go find it and report on it.
We meaning you and all of us, guys.
Yes.
Right. Not, so, we're being told that we're in a cult because we're telling you everything that you need to believe. No, we're not. We're in a fact-finding mission together, and the truth is learned, never told, with facts, as Shady was, saying. With facts, guys. That's all. That's it.
God bless all of you. This is an amazing moment to be alive. We're not even a year into the Trump administration, and he's almost got the whole network isolated. He's got all of the fake MAGA agreeing with the Democrats right now. Marjorie Taylor Greene over the weekend on 60 Minutes, these people like placating to this Bannon Flynn nut job crew over here that act like one day it's Egypt controlling us, the next day it's Israel controlling us. Today, what is it, Jeff? United Arab Emirates. Oh, Qatar.
Egyptian planes.
Yeah, we got something new every single day coming down the pike. It depends on what day of the week it is what they tell you.
Yeah, and people are buying into it. Mikey Mariano just texted me and says, "Sounds like there's a new song coming, Shady."
I knew Mikey would be on it.
Do it. We might not be able to play. You guys are failing, especially as cult leaders. I know, because we're asking you to think for yourselves, Nicole. Isn't that right?
We're being told we're even bad at leading the cult.
I know you guys are failing. Yeah, we're failing, especially as cult
leaders. If we can't do that right, what can we do?
I don't know. Wow.
I think it's really interesting. I think it's really interesting what we've created here. We've created an area where there is no judgment, where there is no predetermined bias on what the outcome of any particular topic is. You can do that. You can all do that. We all get connected to reality. We all get connected to things that we think are true, but we can just as easily disconnect from those things we think are true. They're not really part of you. And I think that's good to make mention of. The things that you think are true are nothing to do with you as a human being, individual, nothing to do with anybody else. The things that you think are true in your mind right now aren't part of you just because you think they're true. You've seen information that made you think something was true or real at some point, and you thought that's fine. Then you see information that you can easily switch that out with. That moment of being able to switch that out, that's the hidden sauce. That's the hidden secret to this realm that we're living in, because they can get you stuck in the effect. The effect is what's already happened. If you're stuck in the effect, the nostalgia, the yesterday, you will never prepare, see, or get ready for tomorrow. And so what we're trying to do here on the MG show is be here today with you in real time and prepare you for tomorrow.
Yeah. And we follow Q. I mean, have people called Q a cult?
That pretty agreeable with Democrats. Yeah, Democrats say Q is a cult.
Pretty much.
Even Flynn groups are, the Flynnians are telling me that Q is a cult now. There's a number of them out there that aren't even pretending that they're participating with Q anymore.
That's right. Q-Shaw, sorry I'm late. Keck, this is all I could do, guys. Merry Christmas. A $50 Rumble rant, Q-Shaw. Really? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Merry Christmas to you. G Brothers, another 5 subscriptions to the MG show, and I saw Cram out there as well, doing it as well. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. Guys, look, they're doing some weird stuff on X to, hurt our accounts so we don't grow. We're not turning this show on Rumble. I really still can't believe this Viva free.
This is crazy. He amplified over the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, and he's got a Rumble check mark. And Rumble, I'm very disappointed in the honest opinion. This guy didn't do the bombing. So who did? Yeah, I mean, what are you guys doing? And the photo that he used, it looks like it was photoshopped as well. It is the guy. He has the data on his cell phone. Okay, going past that point, they've got the shoes. They've got what else? The card from Home Depot buying the specific items that the bombs are made out of. Stop it.
Yeah, but now they're
FBI once.
But now look at what they're doing. So the group that you're talking about now they've spoken to his mother. They've spoken to Cole's mother. So I'm going to bring this up right now because I want you to watch what happens in the future and watch how they start doing. And whoever picks up the mantle, it's going to be one of these idiots is going to pick up the mantle, and they're going to Candace Owens this guy. They're going to try to do a Candace Owens, what Candace is trying to do for Tyler Robinson right now. These people, Viva and company, so they've already went and talked to the mom. The mother says he would never do this, Jeff.
Of course.
She says he's completely innocent and he's an autistic, but he would never do this. These people, I'm not being judgmental. They are immigration bail bondsmen. That means that their money to live in that nice house that they live in, well, the way that they live in that nice house is that they go and they bail out illegal immigrants who've committed crimes and then hide them from law enforcement. Because the bail bondsman has to know where they are because they've made a bond. So who did they make a bond with? I'd like to look through to know exactly who it is out there that's supporting all of this illegal immigration bonding, as a matter of fact. But no. We got to empathize with the mother.
Yeah. Wow. Lon says, Merry Christmas coffee for y'all. Jeff, my name is Welsh and it's pronounced Lon best, and it's L-L-A-N. Lon, appreciate you. We've got Cram. Thank you so much for another subscription, and Trust 1961 subscription for the MG show on rumble.com. How's everybody doing over on YouTube? Shady Groove, we're on YouTube, youtube.com/intheMatrixxx with 3 X's, guys. youtube.com/intheMatrixxx.
Type in a 47 into the chat if you are in the golden age. We're not going to the golden age. You're already in the golden age. Everybody else just hasn't caught up to you yet. It's not your fault that they are stupid. You just are ahead of the curve.
And what did Yeti say today, Shady, that was very good? Can you explain how he said that basically we're shaking off the dust, okay? We're shaking off the dirt, the crap that's been around us, and things are going to be happening that are unbelievable for this show, for us, for you. I mean, how did he kind of put that? That was very well said.
I think that you said it pretty well yourself, sir.
Yeah,
because that is exactly what we are. We're in a moment where the old is becoming old and the new is becoming new. The new means we're not stopping. Everything that all the momentum has been pushed to stop us. We are shaking off the dust and we are stepping over them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, it's funny when you help somebody out, this is the way they treat you. I mean, how many times has this happened over and over and over? And then we have one that's hanging out with us, close to us. It's weird, man. It really hurts, Shady.
I know.
Yeah. All right. So who is on the naughty list, Mr. President?
Not me.
Oh, boy. Let's check it out.
Not Jeff either.
Who is on your naughty list this year?
Oh, that's a long list. I better not tell you it's start a problem out there in the world. No, we have a pretty big naughty list, but our country is doing well. We're the hottest country anywhere in the world right now. And a year ago, we were a dead country. We were a dead country that was laughed at all over the world. We're the hottest country in the world.
What would be the implication?
And Jesse Waters is terrific.
What are you going to
And Jesse Waters is terrific. Yes. So the list, there's also a Q post that kind of goes to this. It's a long list. I better not say or it'll start a problem out there that not all will be prosecuted. But it's a long list. I mean, this is kind of a Q proof, guys, but I haven't, it's pesky too, by the way.
Well, I think that's good. I think that's a good thing to know. I think it's good for us to understand that what we were doing through the whole information dissemination project was what we would call brain surgery, not nuclear war. If you see people out there that are saying that we just need to burn the whole system down, well, that is not what Q's message was. Q's message had absolutely nothing to do with burning anything. And whenever we talk about what does it mean to be an operator, what's the operator's modus operandi? Their method, their motivation, it's rule or ruin. We are either going to rule over you or we are going to burn it down. And since we don't have the physical ability to burn it down, the next best thing that we can do is we can go out there online and try to convince everybody else to go ahead and burn it down for us.
Right. I get made fun of for Q-Poost. All right, so Tippy Top. This is a pesky Q-proof round number 2. Ding, 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 Shady Groove. On 12/6/2025, President Trump shouts out Anons with a Tippy Top again because on 4/2/2018, post 991 said Tippy Top shape. And then Q responded, it was requested. Did you listen today? Check this out, Shady.
And let's just make mention real quick before you jump into that to some people that may have not been around for that era. That was one of the first things. Like that was one of the very first times where we saw this dynamic unfold where there would be a message put on the boards sent to the president and it would be read, interpreted, and somehow regurgitated in public within a short amount of time was whenever he said tippy top the first time.
So here's the Q proof, just to show you what we're talking about. This is on Monday at 21:56. Maybe Q can work the phrase tip top into the State of the Union and shout out to the board, tippy top shape. It was requested. Did you listen today? All I want to thank you to the White House Historical Association, all the people that work so hard with Melania, with everybody to keep this incredible house or building or whatever you want to call it, because there is really no name for it. It is special, and we keep it in tippy-top shape. We sometimes call it tippy-top shape, and it's a great, great place. So here's round 2, Shady Grove. Here we go. Oh, here we go.
Lincoln bedroom, had to fix it up. It wasn't looking too good. We fixed it up, leaving it the way it was, but fixed up. It's in tippy-top shape. You know, I always used to say, tippy, it's got to be tippy-top. But you had a lot of other presidents that weren't into that. I've always been into it. The Oval Office has reached a new level. The Cabinet Room, everyone wants to see the Cabinet Room, and the Lincoln bedroom, had to fix it.
Tippy-top, Shady. Wow.
So that why is that so satisfying? I'm just taking it in. It's very satisfying. I feel very comfortable. I feel at ease. I feel like the world is my oyster. I think that I can do anything. Why is that nature of humanity being scrubbed away from you?
Mm-hmm.
That's your right as an American to have that perspective that I've just showed you right there as I was watching him, and to have that inspiration and to have that ability to like look forward and say, okay, maybe I don't like where I am, but I can sure as hell get to where I'm going. And that part of this, if they can keep us, if number one, all they have to do is get somebody to hate something. So both sides, the left and the right, they're throwing out all of this nonsense so that, making sure that you don't just disagree with the trans stuff, making sure that you hate it. Throwing the LGBTQ stuff right in your face, not so that you disagree with it, so that you hate it. And then they're doing the same thing to the left. They're throwing this stuff and they're saying, oh, Donald Trump is a dictator. He's a fascist. He's a king, so that they hate him. So if they could get each side hating something else and then blame the other side, you know what happens? Society collapses and the people step in and they rule over the ashes where we burned it down. Okay, so these people, these operators that are in the networks that are out here on Deep Dream, trying to shove this stuff down your throat. You got Tucker Carlson running to Qatar. You got Roger Stone saying that Laura Loomer has foreign bank accounts. You got Laura Loomer saying that Tucker Carlson is fighting the Jews, and Tucker Carlson saying the Jews are trying to kill everybody. Look at what they're doing. At what point do we see this as the WWE? Not your real life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, exactly right. I also want to, because we've talked about tariffs for 7 years, Shady Grove, first time on the Q Lounge Live and right here on the MG show. But this is great. While the United States has other methods of charging tariffs against foreign countries, many of whom have for years taken advantage of our nation, the current method of tariffing before the United States Supreme Court is far more direct, less cumbersome, and much faster. All ingredients necessary for a strong and decisive national security result. Speed, power, and certainty are at all times important factors in getting the job done in a lasting and victorious manner. I have settled 8 wars in 10 months because of the rights clearly given to the President of the United States. If countries didn't think these rights existed, they would have said so loud and clear. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Who knows what 5-5 is? Who knows?
I'm not supposed to answer.
No, don't answer. Who knows what 5-5 means, guys? This is, and also speed is a Q post. Okay. Speed. We're doing this very fast, but who knows what 5-5 is? 5:5. You guys remember? Let's see. I know we got a really long one, delay, but interesting. Let's see. Nobody's got it yet. Shady.
You haven't waited long enough yet.
Okay. Cue the dating.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, they're starting to come in. There you go.
Up. Loud and clear, Lynn. Moody, you almost had it, but you said loud and clear. But yes, Jingleheimer Schmidt, radio chatter for audio and for clarity. 5-5 is loud and clear. Is that another little hat tip from our president, Shady?
I feel like I hear clearly. Do you?
Mm-hmm. I can hear clearly now.
See, I mean that was amazing, right on cue. So the interesting thing is what he's talking about there, and the way that he's been able to use tariffs in a very original an original manner. I'd just like to bring your attention to the idea of, like, all of these different wars that Donald Trump has negotiated and worked on to settle. Well, the media, in case I know you heard about them because he talks about them and you listen to us and we share with you what he says, but the media didn't tell their audience about any of this stuff. Yeah. And so now whenever whenever something's going on, they run out there to the microphones and to the print to say, oh, Donald Trump's negotiation between country X and country Y is falling apart. They never reported that he settled anything.
Yeah.
To begin with. But as soon as anything is like a little bit of a flare up or a hubbub or something's going on, where they're out there immediately to scream and yell and foment and virtue signal that, oh, they were right all along. They knew that Donald Trump couldn't stop a war. You see, this is the disingenuousness that you have got to, whenever we say become unpsyopable, what we really mean is to be able to determine whether or not anything that they're saying is genuine or disingenuous.
Yep. Over on Tammy got it, Trusting got it, Laura got it, Philip almost got it, Nova got it, and you guys are all 5-5, loud and clear over there on YouTube. Thank you guys very much.
Everybody gets a point.
Yeah, everybody. You get a point. You get a point.
I get a point too.
For a gift.
I was quiet.
Oh, you're going to need to be more quiet.
I did. Why?
Oh, wait.
More quiet?
What? Did I say that? I didn't know I said that out loud, Shady. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. Let's watch this.
Where are you going to go? Look at, oh, that's perfect. Look at you. I love it. Okay. All right, so Shady, we love you. Let's go ahead and listen to President Trump attending that Department of State Department Kennedy Center Honor Medal Awards. Guys, we're gonna watch some of this. There are a lot of comms in this, by the way. Let's see if you guys can pick them out. You ready?
All right, I'm gonna be watching to see if they can pick out the comm.
Right. Let's do this.
Come on now.
Counseling.
King of Country. That's great. Gloria Gaynor. Fantastic job. You look so well. Thank you very much, Gloria. The legendary Michael Crawford. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael. That's some job. Thank you very much.
Still see the edge of that window, bro.
Your two beautiful daughters. Be an honor to have you. I don't want to say how many times I've seen you in Phantom, but when you have a great artist, it's true with paintings, it's true with music, it's true with dance.
Don't test me, bro.
Every time you see it, it gets better, and you see things you've never seen before. But I've seen you many times, and there's never been anybody like you. Thank you very much, Michael. Congratulations. And the truly legendary rock band Kiss. Thank you, fellas. Thank you. That's great. Thank you very much. And this is really much, really look at it, pure talent, a lot of talent, as has ever been assembled under one roof. We've done something that they've never done before, and I'll be doing something that hasn't been done before. The President of the United States is hosting at the request of a certain television network. And I'm doing it because I feel it's very important that we all get out and do something, and if that can make a difference, that's tremendous. But we have such wonderful people, and I don't mind doing it. But these are some of the greatest of all time, and congratulations to all of you, and thank you very much to Tiffany and Company. They've really done a beautiful job with the medals. And I want to thank you, beautiful families, every one of you. You brought large numbers of your families here, and we appreciate that. And they appreciate you, I can tell you. A very special thanks as well to our terrific Kennedy Center Board of Trustees, along with Executive Director Rick Grinnell. The Board of Trustees has been amazing. It's got to be the hottest board, or I don't know, the Supreme Court is pretty hot. I always say the Supreme Court, the U.S. Senate, the NFL Owners Committee, I think that's pretty good too. But I think the board of the Kennedy Center is turning out to be, we have so many people that want to get on. I have so many enemies now because they want to be on the board, and I'm sort of saying you can't have it. Can't get any more. But Rick, you've been fantastic, and Ambassador Sergio Gore, who's now going to India. Good luck. We may never see you again. 1.5 billion people. Think of that. 1.5 billion. Can you handle that, Sergio? I think you can. You can handle anything. But you're going to be dealing with a very special leader, as you know, a friend of mine, and you're going to do very well. He's very happy that you're going to be the ambassador, so good luck. You're going to be making your journey in 2 weeks. Good luck. I may never see him again. It's very sad. Also, I want to thank Secretaries Howard Lutnick, Doug Burgum, FCC Chairman Brendan Carr, my daughter Tiffany and her wonderful husband Michael, and so many other distinguished guests. We have so many people here, senators. We have other secretaries, and I'm just seeing some of you in the crowd. You are a good-looking crowd. I also want to thank everyone here tonight who has so generously supported our effort to restore and revitalize the Kennedy Center. It was in rough shape to a lesser extent, but the White House was in rough shape. You know, we're bringing the White House back room by room, and they sort of laugh when they say, well, the Lincoln bedroom, we had to fix it up. It wasn't looking too good, but we fixed it up, leaving it the way it was, but fixed up. It's in tippy-top shape. You know, I always used to say, tippy, it's got to be tippy-top. But you had a lot of other presidents that weren't into that. I am. I've always been into it. The Oval Office has reached a new level. The Cabinet Room, everyone wants to see the Cabinet Room, and it's so beautiful now. We took some of the paintings that were downstairs in vaults. They have big vaults. They have 2,000 paintings, over 2,000. We have great curators, 7 of them. And they love the place. Some of them have been there for 40 years. And if they don't like you, you don't get the painting you want. You don't get the Declaration of Independence brought up into the Oval Office. A couple of other presidents suffered without it because they said, not going to be able to do it. But they've been great. But we have tremendous artwork being brought up and has been brought up from the vault. So it was sitting for 100 years, 150 years downstairs under the White House, and now we have it on walls throughout the building. And those walls, before we put them up, we make sure those walls are in perfect shape. I say, you got to make sure these walls are up before you do anything. And we've done a lot of work. We've redone great marble floors that were beat to hell. We've done not good floors that were out of 1-by-1 boxes from certain stores that are not very good. They shouldn't be there. Those floors should not have been there. We've replaced them with the most beautiful marble, statuary marble. They call it in Italy statuario, great white and black marble that forms Greece and big parts of Italy. And Italy, during a time when Italy was extremely strong, and Greece when Greece was Greece. And they had that, and we now have that in the White House, replacing 1-by-1 tiles that were not good. But we've fixed the White House, and we've fixed the Kennedy Center. The Kennedy Center has some work to be done. We've worked very hard on it, actually. I spent a lot of time there with contractors. I mean, I go around, I have 2 jobs. I have a construction job, which is really like relaxation for me because I've been doing it all my life. But we're fixing the Kennedy. I said, you need a new roof. They said, sir, there's a lot of water coming down. You know, they didn't know. You need a new roof. It's been there for like 45, 50 years. And we're doing everything. We're doing brand new air conditioning. Carrier's been so incredible. They made a donation, a big donation on the ballroom. We were bidding out the ballroom, and Carrier came along, and they said, sir, we'd like to contribute the air conditioning for the ballroom. It was like $17 million. It's a lot of air conditioning and heating. And a great steel company came along and said, sir, would like to contribute the steel. That's a big steel. That's a big account. And we had Caterpillar Tractor come along and said, sir, we'd like to contribute all of the tractors, all of the excavation equipment, and all of the lifts and generators and everything else you have in the ballroom, because it's got a lot of very complex equipment that you wouldn't think of. So I want to thank Caterpillar and others. Others are going to be made public, but they've really been very gracious, and we're having the same thing happen at the Kennedy Center. They view it as a very important thing, and we have marble experts, some of the greatest marble people anywhere in the world, and they're taking this marble that was in such bad shape that everyone said, we have to rip it down, we have to take it down. No, the marble is great, big, beautiful slabs. You don't get them like that anymore. It's very hard. Giant, they call them the giant slabs. They don't make them. But with tender, loving care, and I always say, remember, if you take 1/100th of an inch off the top of the marble, you have brand new marble. People don't know that. They see the marble and they say, oh, the marble's stained or the marble's gone. I say, no, no. If you go just a little bit, if you take just a little bit of that skin off and you get it down, it's called grinding, you grind it down just 1/100th of an inch, you have a brand new slab of marble. And you've saved a little money, to put it mildly, like millions. The marble job was going to cost $59 million. They thought we had to take all the marble off the building and replace the marble with new marble. It was going to cost 59 to, we had prices from 59 to 75 million. I think I'm going to spend $1 million to have it made beautiful. And what you replace it with was not nearly as good as what we already have. So it's sort of, I don't know, I like to tell you those little construction, because we talk politics all the time, and I like politics too. I said to somebody the other day, am I a better politician or a construction real estate person? And they didn't know how to answer that question. I'm not sure how to answer it either, if you want to know the truth. But I actually get great relaxation out of fixing the White House and fixing the Kennedy Center. And it takes a little time, but not really, because it's time that some people want to rest. I don't really want to rest. I want to do things. And to me, it relaxes me. It's almost like, it's really almost better than resting. And we're bringing these places of great distinction, we're bringing them back. And the Kennedy Center is going to be incredible. Within 10 months, I mean, you're going to see, we've already done tremendous amounts of work, but within 10 months, you're going to see something that you'll really be amazed at. You know, one of the things with the Kennedy Center, because this is really honoring that tonight, but the sound is great. And if you don't have good sound, Lincoln, I don't want to say anything bad about Lincoln Center, but they've had a lot of problems over the years with sound. A lot of you, some of you on that board, you're here tonight. There's a very distinguished board also. But as you know, they have at Lincoln Center, they have a sound problem, and they've rebuilt one of their great buildings because the sound was always bad. And they can't get it right. They can't get it right. It's a very hard thing to do. There's a little luck to that. You know, you have to be a little bit lucky. And some of the greatest opera houses in the world in Europe were built 200 years ago, 300 years ago. And they had no sound engineers in those days, but they did have a lot of marble and stone. And marble and stone make really for great sound. I see we have Gloria, we have Kiss, we have George Strait, we have, think of it. We have the great Michael Crawford, and they know what I'm talking about probably better than anybody else in the whole world. But it's, sound is a big deal. And if you don't have it in a building, you pretty much never have it. They rebuild it. They spend millions and millions of dollars. They take it apart. They put up new walls. They put up new seats. They put up new everything, and they open it up, and it's a disaster. And the one thing with Kennedy Center, they have great sound. They've always been known to have great sound. And we're putting up large slabs of marble in a couple of the great halls. And it's already, we did some testing. It's made it, as good as it is, it's made it even better. Marble can do that. So we've reviewed everything you have to review and reversed the decline of this cherished institution. And the Kennedy Center was really, boy, the money they spent over the years. They spent so much money, and you couldn't see where the money was spent. We're still trying to find out where did they spend all that money, but they didn't know what they were doing, and it's a shame. And we almost lost that building. That building was very close, structurally and every other way. We've totally reversed it, and now it's going to be in great shape for another, literally for 100 years. It's going to be in great shape. It's going to be in better shape than ever before. So we've done a real job. We've secured historic funding for the Kennedy Center, and we got that in the great big beautiful bill. That's a bill that everybody said was impossible to get passed. They said, you can't do it. It's too big. It was supposed to be 17 bills. I said, let's put it in one because the Democrats are absolutely crazy. I
How
have some
many?
Democrat friends here, but they're crazy. And they might have approved a couple of them, but most of them they wouldn't. I said, if we put it all in one, there's something for everybody. And we got it approved with a pretty small majority. We have the majority, but pretty small majority. We got it approved. And we got some support. We got a little support from some of the rational Democrats. But one of the things we were able to do is help very much the Kennedy Center. We got so many other things, though. Largest tax cuts in history. No tax on, think of this, tips. No, for the workers, no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security for our great seniors, no tax on overtime. Nobody thought that was possible. You're allowed if you buy a car.
Thank you for the
These people don't know
subscriptions,
about buying
Southpaws.
cars.
Thank you.
Because you buy cars, probably you're not going out to borrow a lot of money, the group in this room. But you know what? Middle income people, they never had this before. If you go out and borrow money, which almost everyone does to buy a car, you're now allowed to deduct the interest for income tax purposes. Never happened before. It's a great thing. We have so many things in the great, big, beautiful bill. But one of the things we have is we're going to rebuild our city, Washington, D.C. We now have one of the safest cities in the country. It was a horror show when I came here. A year and a half ago, this city was so dangerous. A year ago, it was so dangerous. We've been there 10 months, and now we're setting records for safety. We've had virtually no crime. We had terrorism 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, horrible terrorism. But it sounds like we were doing so well that the terrorists felt they didn't want to see us do very well. But we have right now the safest capital. We have as safe a capital as anywhere in the world, and we had one of the most unsafe capitals in the world. Thank you. And I walk through the White House, and I'll see especially young women say, "Sir, thank you very much." And I know immediately what they're saying. They're not thanking me for the 8 wars that we've stopped. They're not thanking me for even the tax cuts or any of the other things we've done. They're thanking me because they can actually walk to the White House. They feel safe now in the city, and they are. And I want to thank our National Guard. They've been unbelievable. The National Guard has been great. And Christy and Tom Homan and all the people that work so hard on that. And as you probably noticed, we just went into New Orleans. We went into Memphis, Tennessee. We went in a light way because we have a lot of opposition there with these people. They want to have crime. I mean, it's the craziest thing, Chicago. But we brought down crime and just giving it a little dose of what we do really well. But we'll, at some point, just go in and do it exactly the way we want. We won't have any crime, and we'll have very little crime in Chicago, almost none. And we'll stop it everywhere. We do stop it everywhere. And we had a governor, a very good governor from Louisiana. Jeff Landry just called and he said, please do me a favor. Would you send the troops into New Orleans? It's really gotten bad. I said, we'll do it. We just sent them in, and within about 3 days, everyone said it's like a different place. And he's a smart governor. And some of the governors, you'd be surprised at some of the ones that are calling, but we're stopping crime. I said we were going to, during the campaign, we're going to stop crime. Nobody knew we were going to stop it to this extent. Nobody knew we were going to have a border where in 6 months, not one person came into our country illegally. Think of that. So we went from the worst border where millions and millions, 25 million people over the course of the 4 years came into our country, many from prisons and gang members, drug dealers, mental institutions. They came into our country, getting them out, have to get them out. Murderers, we have 11,888 murderers. Many of them are now either out or in jail because they'll murder again. More than 50% of those people murdered more than one person. But we took a very strong stand, and people are really liking it. And by the way, drugs coming into our country by sea, down 94%. Okay, down 94%. And I'm trying to figure out who the other 6% is, because frankly, I think they are they got to be the bravest people. Who are the 6% that are still trying to come in, but down 94%. And we're going to start that same process on land, because we know every route, we know every house, we know where they live, we know everything about them. They killed 300,000 people last year. And that's like a war. That's like a terrible war. Not going to let it happen. So We're doing a job that nobody else could do, but we're building this institution back to what it should be and the nation's premier venue for the arts. And we're going to see that because DC is now a safe place. People want to be here. The restaurants are opening. You know, if you go back a year, nobody wanted to go to restaurants. They lost 40% of their restaurants. They closed. They had no business. And the restaurants that were open were doing no business. And people felt safe, unsafe, even sitting, waiting for a meal. People would come in and do bad things. We don't have that anymore. And now restaurants are open. You can't even get into a restaurant now in Washington, D.C. It's a beautiful thing to watch. And we're showcasing our country. And we're always going to have it because the capital of the United States of America has to be a safe and beautiful place. And we're fixing it. We're fixing the roads. We're removing the graffiti, one of the most beautiful marble you've ever seen. We're removing granite. I like granite better on the outside because it's real easy, but the marble is very porous. During the Biden administration, they sprayed a lot of red paint on a lot of white marble, and you still see it, you know. They worked real hard to get it off, but it goes down deep. It's a disgrace what they were allowed to do. It was also a disgrace that they allowed millions of people into our country illegally, and people that were not people that we want to have. They weren't people that could love our country. We want people coming into our country that can love our country. So the generosity, of so many outstanding donors, and Rick mentioned some of them, but we've had so many people that just are so generous. It's been really incredible. And as you know, this is America's 250th anniversary. So we have all of these people, and next year is right around the corner, and that's going to be big. Then we have the World Cup coming, and we have the Olympics coming. And, you know, I got the Olympics and I got the World Cup. I cannot take credit for getting 250 years. That was just, we sort of lucked out. I tried to do that, but it didn't work. We lucked out, but the 250 is going to be incredible. In fact, we're having, on June 14th, we're having a fight. All of the greatest champions in the world, the UFC fight, they're building an arena in front of the White House, if you can believe it. Then like 6,000 seats, and then they're going to build it for the fight. They're going to have the greatest champions of the world coming, and they're going to have over 100,000 people out. They're putting screens all over certain parts of Washington so everyone can see it. I don't think there'll be anything like it. It'll be on a Sunday night, June 14th. Flag Day happens to be my birthday, but I didn't do it for that reason. It actually, sir, we like the June 14th date. I said, you know, it's my birthday. They didn't know it, but they picked it. But it's, I'll take a little heat on that, but it's not that. But I will tell you, that's going to be some. Everyone's asking me for tickets for the UFC, but it's going to be great. They're going to have the greatest champions in the world all fighting that night. The great Dana White does a great job, and he wanted to do it. And the White House will be the background of the fight. There'll never be anything like this. There has never been, and there never will be anything like that. But a few hours ago, I had the tremendous privilege of presenting the 2025 Kennedy Center honorees with their medallions, their beautiful medallions from Tiffany, right in the Oval Office. And we thought we'd do it here. We thought we'd do it at different places and maybe pick the one that we like the best. And we said, no, that hits so well. And the Oval Office, right, Michael? The Oval Office, he said it. I've never seen anything like this. There's something about the Oval Office that's special. It's really just special. Even in its poorer state, it was still the Oval Office, and we appreciate it, and we have great respect. So many things happened in the Oval Office, and they got to see the beautiful cabinet room, which we've brought back to life like it should be. Beautiful. It's a beautiful room, and it's really a beautiful room once again. Actually, more beautiful than it ever was. It was never like this. But the American people are. And
real quick, too, there's going to be a cabinet room meeting today at 2 p.m. right after the show. Shady, I want to real quick do this because it is for us, Shady Groove. And oh, wait, where did it go? Hang on. It's refresh. Hang on, let me refresh. Let me refresh. There we go. It's the Chicago Steak Company. I am from Chicago, too, so I'm really all about it, guys. You guys got to head over to mychicagosteak.com/rumble. Use that code RUMBLE. Chicago Steak Company, top 2% of beef in America, USDA Prime and Premium Angus, hand-cut by master butchers. This kind of marbling that hits like a hot pan and fills the whole house with that smell. That buttery meat goodness, you know the one. Spend $229 on any holiday order, and your gift arrives at your loved one's door with 6 free petite ribeyes plus free shipping. That's $240 in premium steak, absolutely free. Then there's the unboxing, a black and gold gift box worth unwrapping, packed with dry ice, smoke rolling out when they crack it open. Christmas morning energy, guys. It's just not another sweater. It's dinner that becomes a memory. mychicagosteak.com/rumble. Use code RUMBLE, RUMBLE.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And, we'll be back after these beautiful boom messages.
The MG Show. Not funded by dark money, but funded by listeners like you.
Hello to all of you beautiful patriots out there.
First of all, let me just thank you all for supporting this show.
You know you can't explain.
Hello to all of you beautiful patriots out there.
First of all, let me just thank you all for supporting this show. We wouldn't be here without you. But I have a huge announcement regarding donations.
It has come to our attention that using the Rumble app is taking an additional 30% of your donation to the show.
Let me explain. According to our TOS, Rumble takes 20% of all donations made through the web browser.
And that's a 20%. It's a good deal if you consider other platforms like YouTube and such.
There is a hidden cost that we just found out. For example, we received the generous $500 donation from Spill Tea, and thank you so much for that, from the Rumble app on Apple. So Rumble took 20%, and Apple took an additional 30%. We brought that to Rumble, and they said, well, Rumble's take of tips and donations is 20%. That's if the transaction is done through the web browser. If using the Android or iOS app, it's an additional 30% collected by those platforms.
So please use the web browser to make your donations to the show and avoid the hidden fees by Apple and Android.
That's right. You can also support us at GiveSendGo/HelpMGShow, mg.show/donate. We have PayPal and Cash App. Both are at RealMGShow or $RealMGShow. Please help us out. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm excited to announce that we're having our biggest 3-in-1 sale ever with a limited edition product, a back-in-stock special, and a closeout deal you won't find anywhere else. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get our MyPillow bed sheets, only $29.88. Any color, any style, any size, even kings. Regular $119.98, only $29.88. Once they're gone for good. How about our My Towels? They're finally back in stock, but not for long. Get a 6-piece My Towel set, regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And for the first time and the only time ever, get our limited edition premium My Pillows. They're made with Giza cotton and designer gusset. Queen $17.98, Kings only $19.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get the best offers ever. Quantities are extremely limited, so order now.
My Pillow is excited to announce they're having their biggest 3-in-1 sale ever with a limited edition product, a back-in-stock special, and a closeout deal you won't find anywhere else. My Pillow bed sheets, only $29.88, any color, any style, any size, even kings. Regular $119.98, only $29.88. Once they're gone for good. My Towels are finally back in stock, but not for long. Get a 6-piece My Towel set, regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And for the first and only time, get their limited edition premium My Pillows made with Giza cotton and a designer gusset. Queens, $17.98. Kings, only $19.98. Also, for a limited time, when your order is over $100, you will receive free shipping plus $100 in free digital gifts. So go to mypillow.com or call 800-873-0478 and use promo code MGSHOW. Use your promo code for the best offers ever. Quantities are extremely limited, so order now.
Up through the sky, hear the Black Hawks roar. Ice on the job, kicking down the door. Gang members, traffickers, fugitives too. Merry Christmas, you're going home. Adios to you. Ice, ice, raids all night. Cuff 'em up and take that flight. Down through the border, one-way trip they go. Deportations flying, let the whole world know. First comes the MS-13 clown. Tattoos on his face, now he's leaving town. 17 felonies, thought he'd never pay. Ice wrapped him up like it's Christmas Day.
Ice, ice, raids all night. Come on, Shady, sing it.
Cuff 'em up and take that flight. Out go the predators, cartels on the run. America first, and the winning's just begun. Next comes the coyote with a van full of kids. Human smuggling ring. Guess what ICE just did? 2,000 arrests in a single sweep. Best Christmas gift, now our border's not cheap. Ice, ice, raids all night. Cuff 'em up and take that listeners. MG music on blast.
Not a cult.
You keep the fire lit while the fake news gets trashed. Feliz Navidad, only if you belong. For the rest, it's next flight out. And brother, you're gone. Ice, raids all night. Cuff 'em up and take that flight. Merry Christmas, America. Borders locked up tight. Thanks to ICE and our listeners, we're winning this fight. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Out they go! Through the sky with the one-way fare. ICE MG music, our listeners just made Christmas great again. Bigly everywhere. Crank it up, Patriots, the MG show family is in the house.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho!
Oh, sing it, Shady. Cuff 'em up and take that flight. What do you think of that Christmas song, guys? I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Man, that so captures the moment. We're so excited for them. They're going to be able to spend Christmas with their family for the first time in years. I'm saying they've been away for so long, and they've been in the foreign lands, and we're reunifying them. They're like the airplanes are like Santa's sleigh, bringing them home to their families so that they can prosper and be well and good right where they are, and they no longer have to be they no longer have to hate white people in America.
Oh, ice. Oh my gosh, guys, that was a fun one to do. I did a couple others too, Shady.
That was
Boy, oh
good,
boy,
though. That one was
Christmas music, right?
I mean, we got to have something, right? The YouTubes don't like the regular stuff, so we got to make some new stuff.
The YouTubes,
The YouTubes and the CNN.
the YouTubes, and the CNN.
The CNN.
The CNN.
This is the CNN.
Here, let me do this one too, Shady, because it's kind of funny. Let me just two for
We're
Monday. Here we go.
It's Monday. It's not Tuesday.
It's 2 for Monday. Here we go.
Oh no!
Check this one. You'll love this one, Shady. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Dashing through the slush in a matte black ice Tahoe. Woo! Tires spitting liberal tears while the sirens scream. Let's go.
Let's go.
Gangbangers in the cage screaming, this ain't fair, bro.
Oh man.
We just crank up Kid Rock and floor it down the road. Yeehaw! Scream it, Jingle Deport, Jingle Deport, stuff 'em on the plane.
ETF.
What fun it is to watch AOC lose her brain. Hey! Jingle Deport, feelings fly tonight.
Felons.
Some soy boy just glued his face to the runway. Still took off on time. Well, pastors in the snow wearing pussy hats and one just tried to block the bus. Now he's eating mud and slugs. They're crying kids in cages while we load up pedo fly. Funny, their kids got neck tats and teardrops left and right. Jingle Deport,
Stuff 'em on the plane.
oh, what fun it is to watch AOC lose her brain. Hey! Jingle Deport, cartel on the run. The vegan chick just tried to hug the deportee. Now she's missing half a lung. Saw a dude in a Chase shirt, chained to the ICID gate. Agent hit the cattle prod, now he's breakdancing great. Another trust fund a comic, screaming death to borders. We gave him a free ride south, now he's picking avocados for quarters.
Oh no!
Talk, sing like you're half drunk on Bud Light to the safe space snowflakes. We say, Merry Christmas, here's your sign. Your felon boyfriend's on flight 69. Next stop, Guatemala. Bye, Felicia. Enjoy the climb. Final full send.
Jingle Deport.
Jingle Deport, deport the whole damn zoo. Oh, what fun it is to see sanctuary cities turning blue.
From lack of oxygen.
Jingle Deport, Jingle Deport. Trump just signed the bill. 50 million seats on the Christmas Express, and every one of them is filled. Rev the engine, Feliz Navy, don't come back.
Feliz Navy,
The door
don't come
hit your jack. If you sneak across again, we'll just deport your ass twice as fast. Ho, ho, ho. Now go. Tune into the MG show.
Oh, yeah. Got some really nice vibes right there. Whoa. Hey.
Let's go back around.
Wow. Jingle Deport. Jingle Deport.
Wow. That's really good, man.
Fun, right? There's a Suno link if you guys want to go check it out.
I mean, there's some truth in that. There's a number of truth bombs in that song. I mean, I went out yesterday, man. I felt like I needed to go grab a couple things down at the item store. So I walked around in the item store. You know what I didn't see?
Huh.
I didn't see a lot of foreign items.
Foreign items at the item store.
Yeah, the item store. Yeah, at the item store, there were not a lot of foreigners there at the item store. Also, it seemed like mostly Americans. Like every single person at the item store was an American. It was crazy. And then I was like, man, you know, at the Home Depot, is it interesting that Depot is only one letter away from deport?
I did not think of that.
Hey.
Jingle Deport. Jingle Deport. Come on now.
It's so good.
So, Shady, I really quick, we can go into what you wanted to talk about there, but I wanted to really quick just talk about what President Trump is actually doing to the people that don't get it, Shady.
Okay. Sounds good.
You know, he is engaging in the Western part of this world. And, you know, I don't know if people caught this, but, you know, the envoy for President Trump met with China, Russia, and China and Russia. So what if China and Russia are helping get rid of the New World Order, right? And he's basically changing the whole game. And he's using, you know, the same kind of thing that we've seen in the past, like the Marshall thing, Shady Grove. You remember what I'm talking about?
I do. Yeah.
And this is, you know, let's just kind of look at this. I kind of had Grok help me with this, but the parallels in American dominance. In this 1899 cartoon, let me just go ahead and put that cartoon up. It depicts Uncle Sam aggressively claiming the Western Hemisphere under the Monroe Doctrine. Okay, Monroe Doctrine, Shady, that's what I meant to say.
Yes.
Kicking out European rivals while eyeing global expansion. It's raw 19th century swagger. America has the new sheriff, enforcing its backyard rules with boots on the ground. Fast forward to today, December 7th, 2025 is when I, had Grok and I wrote this. President Trump just dropped the national security strategy, and it revives the exact playbook, dubbing it the Trump corollary. To the Monroe Doctrine. It's America First on steroids, prioritizing U.S. preeminence in the Americas to crush drugs, migration, and foreign meddlers like China and Europe. No more endless wars abroad. Focus fire close to home for homeland security. Trump's delivering the isolationist muscle that the cartoon hinted at, but smarter. Targeted force over aimless empire building. This is the key comparisons. The hemisphere lockdown, Monroe 2.0. The cartoon, Uncle Sam stomps on the globe's Western Hemisphere label, signaling hands off to Europe. Trump today, with his national security strategy, explicitly restores American preeminence in the Western Hemisphere as a top priority, deploying more Navy, Coast Guard assets, lethal strikes on cartel boats in the Caribbean and Pacific, and military buildup around Venezuela to topple Maduro if needed. It's a direct action against narco-terrorists and the irregular migration, okay? Echoing the boot print, but with drones and tariffs instead of vague bolster. The European nervousness, this cartoon, the Euro powers, you see them right there, in fancy hats, looked shocked as America wakes up and wrecks their old game. Trump today, with his national security posture here slams Europe as weak on migration and free speech facing civilization erasure, while praising far-right patriotic parties as allies, pushes NATO to 5% GDP defense spending by 2035, a Hague summit win. In the same wide-eyed Euro fear, Americans not playing nice anymore, forcing burden sharing or bust. Global power shift, no more chasing trouble. The cartoon, Uncle Sam searches beyond the hemisphere for new fights, post-Spanish-American war high. Trump today dials back Middle East irritants, post-Gaza ceasefire and Iran strikes, rebalances China's ties with tariffs and Taiwan arms, $330 million package, avoids authoritarians unless they pay up, profit over preaching democracy, squeezing weaker nations for U.S. companies per the NSS, the National Security. Unlike the cartoon's endless hunt, Trump's flexible realism picks wins. $40 billion bail out for Argentina's Milei, a MAGA ally, to build hemispheric conservatism. Why Trump's winning the long game. This ain't 1899 imperialism. It's 2025 sovereignty. This cartoon warns of America as a disruptive giant. Trump is making it a reality, but for the republic's survival. Secure borders as a primary national security, economic nationalism, exploding GDP to $40 trillion by 2030, and zero tolerance for globalist freeloaders. Establishment hacks called the NSS bleak or incoherent. Ignore them. It's anti-woke, pro-worker blueprint that crushed Biden's open borders mess. Primary source, White House PDF from the NSS PDF, November 2025 release, effective now. Trump is just not kicking globes. He's redrawing the map. America first every damn time, Shady.
And so this is absolutely amazing, because this is the reason. So the Monroe Doctrine is how you understand what it is that we're fighting. Okay. A lot of people don't really want to dig into history. You don't really want to understand, to get into the minutia of exactly what it was and what it meant. But effectively, United States warned Europe that no new European colonies would be allowed in North or South America. Any attempt by European powers to control or influence nations in the Americas would be seen as a hostile act against the U.S. In return, the U.S. promised not to interfere in European wars or existing European colonies. It's very crucial to understand, because this is pre-World War I. How did they get us sucked in? How did they get us to be the minions or the slaves of the globalists that we are today? Why are they flipping their lids whenever we start bombing narco boats in the Caribbean, guys? Mm-hmm. This is all completely connected, because we've allowed them to nation build in the Americas. The Monroe Doctrine was established, and then the country became weakened by the Pesor bloodline, which is actually the people standing on that map, the bloodline occupation of the world order to implement something other than freedom, slavery. Okay. If you are, even though that you can walk around in your real life and be free, if you're financially strapped to a system that you can't work your way out of, that is slavery.
Yeah. And that's exactly what we're fighting. He's redrawing the map. Look, Middle East, war, constant war, because it keeps them enriched, Shady Groove.
That's right.
Now we've got them at a peace level, guys. Never heard of. They don't want that. They, meaning the military industrial complex. I mean, he is slapping them down every day, Shady. And I don't think people are really realizing the, 40,000 foot view as to what President Trump is doing. And, a post like this, I get 924 views on it, Shady.
It doesn't go anywhere. And like I said this over the weekend to, I think the Chris guy, I was like, it's like common sense and X don't blend. It's like they don't mix together, because people, they don't want to see it. And right now, this whole thing with Qatar is going on. So there, there's got the Israel Qatar narratives. Like one sect is telling you Qatar is trying to control you. The other sect is telling you Israel is trying to control you. Reality of the situation is neither of them control us. We are the problem. Okay. I just want to make this clear. You guys all think they've got it. The Tuckers of the world, the Laura Loomers of the world, they've got it. And all these people that are screaming Israel. No, dude, the problem isn't that Israel or Qatar have been puppeting us. The problem is these assholes that have been in charge of America have been puppeting them for decades and decades. They've been puppeting Israel. They've been puppeting Qatar. And then, Qatar came out and straight up said, the only reason that we've even funded Hamas is at the request of the intelligence community of the Americas. That's the only reason they supported them to begin with. They said that. The media doesn't report that. People don't tell you that that's what's going on. And all this stuff about BB Netanyahu and every different thing, different little pieces coming out. Well, a lot of the stuff that has happened in Israel that caused Israel to be the behemoth that it is because of bad politics here in America.
Yeah. Yeah. And everybody's acting like Trump has an Israeli BB handler. Yeah.
It's the opposite.
Totally the opposite.
We are puppeting them. They aren't puppeting us. And so then they virtue signal. How do we know what they're going to do? Because we're puppeting them. The deep state, if you will, is making them make moves to try to make Donald Trump look bad. That's the reason for this Candace thing. That's the reason for the Marjorie Taylor Greene thing. That's the reason Flynn keeps saying that Epstein's not going to go away. Sea lion sound.
Wait. I got it.
Yep.
Here's General Flynn. He wants to make a comment. Are we live?
One full sentence.
All right. So we're going to talk about this, but this is he's a Fed, this post by Elon Musk, and allegedly he was ratioed. But let me just point this out, too. This is old Nick Fuentes, January 6th clip. It's blowing up again. Break down the barriers and disregard the police. He says the Capitol belongs to us now, and Elon already called it total Fed vibes. And no, he wasn't arrested at all. Check it out. And then look at the people like around him, Fed. I mean, they're Feds, guys.
They're Ray Epps light.
Yes. Look at the pants here.
This is no different than Brian Gamble, Ray Epps, Tim I-70, all of these people from the Flynn networks, the Alex Jones InfoWars. They were running around that day. InfoWars, Alex Jones on their little loudspeakers all day long. Talk about a cult. You're looking at a cult. And right now, that's been proven that all these networks that Fuentes is using, well, these are the same networks that we've been fighting for 8 years. I'm glad that people are finally starting to come to the conversation. Maybe they could look around over here at the MG show for a little bit of mapping the network that we have done, because it seems like you guys are caught a bit flat-footed.
Yeah, absolutely. And so Data Republican did a thread about the NCRI's analysis of how abuse of X's platform boosted Nick Fuentes, Shady Groove. And this is a few days ago. Elon Musk got ratioed by Nick Fuentes. The air quotes are intentional. There is nothing organic about the ratio. And this morning, Network Contagion Research Institute, the NCRI_IO, released a forensic breakdown of how Nick Fuentes, his account's sudden rise over the past year was driven by a synthetic amplification, foreign engagement clusters, and coordinated raid behavior. Data Republican read the full report and asked NCRI some clarifying questions about their methodology. And these findings are staggering, as always. Patience as she pulls the thread together. But this is the He's a Thread Fed, and that got 5.2 million views. Nick Fuentes responded to it and said something. I can't remember what he said.
Here for the ratio or something?
Yeah, I'm just here for the ratioed. That's what he said. And then you can download the report here. In the top line claim, Fuentes' influences did not emerge entirely organic. Instead, it was manufactured by the usual fast, unusually concentrated, and usually foreign engagement patterns, the kind normally associated with coordinated manipulation networks. Shady.
Yeah, this is why it's so important what Elon has just done by revealing which account is in what country.
Mm-hmm. So here you go. This is mean retweets within various time windows. So this data shows Fuentes, also Ian Carroll, okay, and receiving more early tweets than Elon Musk, despite Musk having literally 100,000 times the audience. Elon Musk has 229 million followers. Nick Fuentes has 1.1 million. In the first 30 minutes, Fuentes dominates velocity charts in an anomaly. Look at this, Shady Groove.
I saw it. Yeah. And it's crazy.
So this is the
this
chart
is depicting
here.
it. Yeah. Explain it. Yeah.
So this velocity chart is an anomaly. No legitimate account in the U.S. politics that no original account in the U.S. Has, guys. Fuentes gets vastly more retweets in the first 30 minutes than similar accounts, and even gets more than Elon Musk, guys.
And so this matches perfect.
Is in orange.
Yes, this matches perfectly with the different trends that we have witnessed from our vantage point in dealing with. First, it was the we thought were trolls, were Flynn's people. Now we're realizing it's the InfoWars network. Candace Owens, Nick Fuentes, InfoWars, General Flynn are all part of this little game right here.
Yeah. Shiny Object says, I don't get Fuentes' appeal. Can't even stand to listen to that guy's voice. Nobody can. He's fake, right? I mean, Shiny Object, wouldn't you say?
But they falsely amplified his opinion to make people think that he isn't. So that the reason they're doing it has nothing to do with Fuentes being popular. It has nothing to do with Fuentes doing anything. It has to do with Democrats being able to weaponize their antics against you so that they can point to Fuentes being a white supremacist and basically a Jew-hating Nazi. They can point to that and say, oh, look, you are that because Fuentes is. We saw Jillian Michaels do it to Don Jr. last week. Don Jr.'s like, people should have the right to talk. People should have the right to talk for sure. People don't have the right to go out there and to amplify their message and act like that the majority of Americans agree or even know. The majority of Americans, like General Flynn, they don't know who this person even is. He does not exist in your community. If you were to walk around in your neighborhood, nobody would know who Nick Fuentes is.
That's right. Just like, yeah. Real quick, Shady, let's just take a quick one of these. We're going to take a quick crypto.com. Okay, guys? This is, let's be clear, guys. Cryptocurrency is no longer emerging, and it is here. And it's the latest move, cements the reality in the biggest way yet. Trump Media Group just inked a massive $6.4 billion deal with crypto.com, the world's top crypto platform. They're teaming up to scoop up $6.4 billion in CRO, the powerhouse token that fuels fast, low-fee DeFi staking rewards and real-world perks like cash back on your spends to launch America's first CRO treasury. When it's done, this new company will be the biggest CRO holder out there. Want in on the action? Head over to crypto.com today and grab some CRO. Let's make crypto great again, Shady. All right.
It's amazing.
So this is the contrast. It gets even more stark when normalizing for number of followers, right? So here's your number of followers, and then here's the number of retweets and reposts, guys. 30 minutes are radically disproportionate to his number of followers, man. I mean, this is insane. So the contrast, oh, I already got that one. Whoop. It just flipped on me. Hang on. Here we go. This is NCRI then drilled down to 61% of all of Fuentes' retweets in the first 30 minutes came from accounts that did this repeatedly across multiple posts. Retweets of Nick Fuentes in the first 30 minutes. How many came from repeat early tweeters? All early retweets. Retweets from, that's right here, 11,000 and then 6.7, 61% retweets from repeat early retweeters, Shady. 61%.
It's showing you perfectly clear what they're doing and the way that they're able to make it seem like a rational, sane, commonsensical person is the nut in the conversation.
That's right. Real quick, Tasha D for the subscription to the MG Show. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Who are the early retweeters? According to the report, 92% are fully anonymous, no name, no photo, no location, no contact info, and most are single-purpose Groyper accounts with bios, banners, or posting histories dedicated to boosting Fuentes. Now, we've got the same kind of thing on the digital army side, Shady.
Correct. And they associate with these Groyper accounts. I mean, all the people that were around Breb associated with those accounts too.
So this is repeat early. This is it. This most repeat early tweeters of Nick Fuentes are dedicated Groyper accounts, and 92% are anonymous. Wow. All right. So data.
In other words, 92% of the people that retweet the racist message are afraid for other people to know who they are because they're online retweeting a racist message. It's more than likely foreign intelligence networks guided by internal military psychological operating apparatuses.
And it gets even stranger. Fuentes' most viral posts are heavily retweeted by foreign accounts, including India. Thank you. Come again. Pakistan, Nigeria, Malaysia,
Nigeria,
and Indonesia. These accounts have zero organic link to Fuentes' U.S.-centric identity politics. They do not match regions widely used for low-cost engagement farms. They do match that. Low-cost engagement farms, guys. Wow. So these are the locations of the retweeters. Top 3 tweets before versus after Charlie Kirk's death. Before, domestic versus non-domestic was 50.1%. After, domestic versus non-domestic was 37.5%. So it kind of ramped up the domestic, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Oh, and then this is United Kingdom, Canada, India, Pakistan, Australia.
They're very
Nigeria.
concerned. Look how concerned they are to get Nick Fuentes' message out. Not a lot of people in America are doing that, huh?
I'm not concerned about his message at all.
But isn't it interesting that there's not a lot of people in America that are retweeting a message that's supposedly representing MAGA?
Yeah. Rage, this rage stuff helps, So iBulk retweets, coordinated boost networks, inauthentic accounts, and synchronized amplification windows all violate X's platform manipulation and spam rules. NCRI explicitly notes that Fuentes' network fits every forbidden category, Shady. Wow.
I was really impressed with how things are unfolding around what we've been doing here for the last 7 years.
Wow. And we're a victim of this as well.
We are a big victim of this. We're like one of the first victims of this.
Yep. Crucially, Fuentes isn't a passive beneficiary. He is actively coordinates these raids. NCRI compiled hundreds of instances where Fuentes gives real-time commands like, retweet this, everybody retweet her immediately after dropping the link in chat.
And he's got other platforms too, like Telegram and Signal and stuff that he spreads the message to. So you don't see it front facing on Twitter.
Yep. Why does this keep happening?
It happens every time. It's the way it is now. Like it forces you to click on every single link, and then you're not going to be able to see the comments underneath unless you click the next freaking section.
The report also highlights former insiders alleging that Fuentes inflated viewer metrics on his streaming infrastructure using multipliers, and that he previously directed loyalists to perform coordinated online actions in private chats. Here's a FNATO retweet. Just retweet this main one. Retweet. We could do this stuff on the other one, but mainly juice this one. Juice this one, he says, Shady Groove. Wow.
I think this is great. I think that this is really good because people are going to see this, and people on the network are going to start to do something about it. And maybe, just maybe, these networks start to go away, and we start to, wouldn't it be interesting if X started to look like my item store?
Yeah. Absolutely. No foreign stuff. All right. So while the synthetic engagement engine was accelerating, mainstream media began responding to the manipulated visibility, trying to paint him as the new Charlie Kirk. Mainstream mainstream fake news mentions Fuentes tripled after September 2025, and high status framing of him in articles rose by 59.6%. So do you think he's on their side, Shady Groove?
That's because they want him to be the new Charlie Kirk. They want him to be the representation of what you are as MAGA. And Jack Posobiec a good close second.
Despite branding himself America First, Fuentes repeatedly sided with foreign adversaries on state media, even during crises involving U.S. forces. He positioned himself as a defender of Iran, Russia, and even China over his own country. This is who was algorithmically elevated, guys. Nick Fuentes, guys. So Nick appears on Putin-aligned Russia Today, arguing that West is Russia-phobic for its support of Ukraine. Fuentes on the right praises or defends the other U.S. adversaries, including China and Iran, telling Haz al-Din he would fight alongside of China against America, mocking conservatives who criticize China. China is asshole! And imagining scenarios where China invades the U.S., guys. So I would like to acknowledge that Nick Fuentes does tap into real frustration. As Honey Polster has said, the videos do not entirely watch themselves, but make no mistake, the rise is not organic and the agenda is not America First. That is the end of the thread for now. But talk with somebody who has been infiltrating Groypers, which is actually insightful. This is what he had to say. Also important to note that the presence of foreign amplification doesn't mean he doesn't have a big, genuine fan base. Short form in explanation. First, He is one of the most misquoted, taken out of context people I've ever seen in any media. I don't know. I don't even really want to read all that.
Yeah, we don't have to go through that.
Yeah.
We're good. No, we got past where we needed to go. And the relevant stuff is this. You have witnessed people calling people names through this whole thing. They're saying these words that like a lot of people don't understand, like grifter. What does grifter mean? People keep calling us a grifter. That indicates the reason that's a derogatory term is because it indicates that you're saying something that you don't think. Okay. Effectively, grifter is taking the place of the word, or grifter is taking the place of the word opportunist. They're opportunists. A grifter is an opportunist. An opportunist is a person who exploits circumstances to gain immediate advantage rather than being guided by a consistent principle or plan. Okay, so the principle that we are letting guide us here is the provable truth. The principle is the bottom line principle. What can we prove to be true with fact-based research and analysis? Can it be proven true, or is it a theory? 1 + 1 is 2. That's it. You cannot really actually be positioned in the category of a, quote, opportunist or a grifter if you continue to have this as your center thesis perspective. You see? So all of the grifters have spent the last 8 years trying to paint this show as opportunistic. But in fact, if we were opportunistic, what we would have done is we would have kept our mouths shut during the whole thing whenever General Flynn was trying to tell us we were going to be part of the leadership council. We were going to raise $100 million and we were going to get 10% of every penny that we raised. What we would have done to become a grifter is we would have kept our mouths shut and we'd have helped General Flynn raised money. Instead, we can show you today that there's not a single dime that was deposited in the account that they gave to us because we are not grifters.
So they were swindling, and Patrick Byrne, quote, let's take the last penny from from an old aunt that's on Social Security.
Because the billionaire,
they're preying on people.
He said specifically because the billionaire class, we've talked to all of these billionaires around the world and they don't want to give any money. The best way for us to get any money to keep our operations going is to get it from your grandmother's Social Security check.
Yeah.
We have that on tape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's when we left. And that was about a year between that moment and the moment where Donald Trump gave us the cover that we needed to talk about it, which was the Out Like Flynn Chapter 8 in War by Other Means, the General Keith Kellogg greatest book about the real articulation and how the real first administration of President Trump unfolded.
Yeah. And I'd like to just address Don Jr. with this here. Let me just, Don Jr. just praised Elon Musk for changing the face of free speech. Meanwhile, half of the MAGA accounts, mine included, yours included, and probably all of you that are watching are included, are still throttled, shadow banned, and buried on this damn platform. Elon, you need to fix it.
He doesn't know what's going on, obviously.
Yeah. Let's watch this. Check it out.
And so much. I think Elon did incredible things with Twitter. I mean, really allowed the democratization of truth and freedom and free speech to occur. And that was something that was a true threat in America right now. When you look at what Elon's done in terms of his companies, I mean, it's a generational talent, a generational level of genius. And my father understands and respects that. And so it's great to see that going forward now. I mean, this is someone who is changing not just the face of freedom of speech, but the face of science and technology advancing America's interests. And I think that's fundamentally important. We have to protect our geniuses.
He's back in the fold.
100%. All
right, so he's back in the fold, but he needs to, again, this is my post. I'm going to, he praised Elon for changing the face of free speech. Meanwhile, half of MAGA, mine included, are throttled, shadow banned, and buried on his damn platform. That really went well, too. 1,490 views, Shady Grove.
Only what? Not even 20 retweets.
17.
Yeah. I mean, this is what they're doing. This is what they think that they can erase us. And the reality is, if we didn't have this broadcast, they would be erased. We would be erased.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're dead on X.
Yeah, because all of our social media is completely stalled.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But so that's okay because that's just forcing us to work out of the echo chamber in a different way, which is going to be fruitful
Yeah. We are publicly, out of their echo chamber. We don't agree with anything these freaking people say, Shady Groove.
No, dude, they get more and more crazy every day, and it becomes more and more obvious every day. Like I said, water and oil don't mix, and that has become clear because they have stopped pretending to be water.
Yeah. All right, so let's go over to Somali fraud, Shady Groove.
Tim Walz has had a heck of a weekend of people driving by, and they're giving him Christmas carols, but not exactly like what he thought.
Yeah, they're calling him a wow. Okay, so here we go. This is a report that President Trump wants us to watch. Check it out, Shady Groove.
All right.
It's gotten so bad with the roiling scandals going on in Minnesota that he has either turned a blind eye to, or for some reason has turned a blind eye to, that even some of his allies.
Hey, real quick, Effectual says, why are Badlands Media, Breb, Groypers, Flintstones, paid STIL influencers, and InfoWars all coalescing around the same narrative and use the same methods? No such things as coincidences, eh? Paid clowns. Great comment, my friend.
Yes.
Boom.
Are saying that his political career is over. Former Minnesota State Senator and political analyst in Minnesota. This is, who is this? Ember Reichgott Jung, saying he is clearly vulnerable and, in my view, is riskier than any Democratic candidate that might run. Anonymous longtime ally of Walz's in Minnesota, a different person, said, it's clearly a real vulnerability. Even suburban dads would bring it up to me over the summer.
Which is interesting because this news of this fraud has been circling around Minnesota for a while, but it's really broken open, and we're seeing the scale of it. It's now the biggest fraud case in America. Over $1 billion. There's probably more to come, more things to come out of this as well. Was it incompetence? Was there some skimming of money off the top, and sort of putting a blind eye to it? We don't know. But the investigation is going to continue. The DOJ is to get to the bottom of this. But Griff, everyone's trying to wash their hands of all of this. They're going to throw the Democrats in Minnesota are throwing Tim Walz under the bus and saying that's on him. We don't know how far this goes.
Well, the question is whether or not Walz's administration was at best incompetent or at worst complicit in allowing this unprecedented Somali illegal aliens that are protected in the sanctuary state of Minnesota, the sanctuary city of Minneapolis. Here, let me show you some of the criminals. The Somali illegal aliens have been rounded up just in the past week or so in Minnesota. And these are the people, come with me, that Governor Walz wants to defend, praising the Somali citizens. Well, let's look at them. Mohammed Syed, convictions include domestic violence, trespassing, assault on a peace officer, damaging property, and the list goes on. But there's a whole handful of them. You've got Sharif Abdi, a gang member. Convictions include fraud, vehicle theft, multiple probation violations. Osman Shadani, convicted of criminal sexual conduct.
An American Dad, Uncle Sammy. These are just regular, ordinary Americans just getting along.
These are the people that they're trying to protest to keep in America. I mean, how insane.
They pay taxes, Jeff. You think these people pay taxes?
Your taxes.
You freaking foolish.
Yeah.
Oh,
with a minor aged 13 to 15. That's a child. Muhammad Ali. Convictions include domestic assault, fraud, robbery, and larceny. Finally, Muhammad Omar charged with 2 counts of domestic violence. The best. They are, as the Trump administration says, the worst of the worst, and yet Governor Tim Walz is defending them. Meanwhile, the deputy ICE director, Madison Sheehan, on this program yesterday says they're going to continue to go after these criminals. Watch.
We have an operation going on in Minnesota right now to specifically go after the Somalis who have broken laws in this country, who have come to this country illegally, and continue to wreak havoc on the American people. Our officers are out every day arresting gang members, murderers, and rapists, and truly the list goes on. And people like Governor Walz have let this guy run free in his state for years, and it's time that we put a stop to it. Democrats continue to choose to protect the people that are locked up in our facilities, people that have broken the laws by coming into this country and then perpetuated laws against the American people after that. Secretary Noem, President Trump have taken the handcuffs off our officers so we can put them on the criminals, but we enforce the laws that are on the books. We do not pick winners and losers. And the Democrats continue to think that the real winners are inside the fences at our ICE facilities, and that's not true. It's the American people that have been victimized by alien crime for years.
And, you know, it's Democrats who insist that these government programs that are being defrauded in Minnesota right now, that this is the lifeblood, this is the answer to everybody's problems. And then they allow this to go on, and you wind up with, this is going to actually hurt, genuinely hurt people who Democrats claim to care about.
It's such a great point, because the Democrat answer to any problem is just more money, right? So there was probably, a lot of incompetence, but also it's sort of in line with their philosophy. We must be helping people. $1 billion has been sent on them. Meanwhile, this money has been spent overseas in all kinds of, schemes, buying real estate. It's gone into terrorist hands. And we had Jack Brewer on earlier, somebody who's from Minnesota, knows it, or played in Minnesota when he was in the NFL, spent a lot of time there, has family that lives in Minnesota. He's talked about the poverty rate of, this is a lot of African Americans who live in Minneapolis, poverty rate, the education, how bad it is, and all of this money getting wasted when it could have gone to really help people. And it's absolutely need to talk about, again, this is a hot button issue, assimilation. Are there certain immigrants that are more easily assimilated because their culture and their love of this country shines through? Are there others who just see this as, a place to scam money and send it back to their home country? We have to have that you had up on the board.
If you're coming to the country to get welfare or to commit fraud, then you're not what we're looking for.
Yeah.
You're here. We are the dumping place for bad people from other places. That's not the way it's supposed to work. If you want to come here because you love America and you want to contribute to America and contribute to the American dream, under our system, we believe that helps everyone. That's what is so magical about the American
And you can look no further than who they have chosen to represent them. Somebody who is a very ungrateful refugee to our country, Ilhan Omar, probably the most ungrateful.
Look, Governor Walz defending these violent criminal illegal aliens from Somalia really leaves you scratching your head. I'll tell you.
Yeah, it does leave you scratching your head. And, those people that voted for Ilhan Omar were the fraud.
This is amazing. You want to talk about somebody that's going to regret being picked to be the vice presidential candidate with Kamala Harris? The name is Tim Walz. Like, this whole thing is coming unglued and unraveled. And the reality of the situation is what they thought they were. See, when Democrats think that they're smart, I think it's the greatest thing. Because whenever the Democrats go out into the world and they start to do something because they think they're so smart, what they actually end up doing is they build themselves a trap. And they built themselves a trap again with this whole thing, because it's not like, you could say, oh, the stupid politician. Here, let's set this thing up so that everybody thinks it's the stupid politician and there's no guardrails on things. And so everything just happens to be like, oh, it just happened to fall off of the money truck into the pockets of these people. No, this was built specifically for fraud. The whole system was specifically put in place so that Ilhan Omar's minions could come in and ransack the system and steal everything that was in it and claim this and claim that and send it all back to Somalia, while Tim Walz sits there with a little dumb look on his face. He's not going to get away from this. He's knee deep in it, but he pretends like he's not associated.
And he's worried about being called what Trump called him, when he's calling you and me and all of MAGA Nazis and the police, Gestapo, ICE. Stop it. Grow a pair, bro, right?
And effectively, he's calling us suckers too. He's telling us that we're stupid because we're paying attention to Donald Trump and what America really is. Who is the sucker? the obviously the residents of Minnesota are high on that list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You guys in Minnesota better get your, poop together. Shady. I want to go ahead.
It's like I said, it's not good.
So I want to also just cover this real quick, Shady. We're getting towards the end here.
We are.
But there is a post right here. This is Diseased Temple. Okay. FBI boss reveals criminal investigation into feds who ran Arctic frost probe. Isn't there also, when are we going to investigate the investigator, Shady? Isn't that a post as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're investigating the investigators. But if you recall, Q post 3828 is this YouTube link, and it says this.
Wonder what it says.
Down. I'm going to bring the whole fucking diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's got to be biblical.
Law-abiding citizen, Shady Grove. Law-abiding citizen. Yeah, and that's Kash Patel. He said it at the Antifa roundtable. That's when we first reported it, Shady Grove. And he's been saying it quite a bit as he's being interviewed on multiple different areas around the web, Shady Grove.
Isn't it interesting that we are here today and we are watching the whole corrupt, diseased temple lose their mind and go all in on Candace Owens, and the whole corrupt, diseased temple lose their minds and go all in on Epstein, and the whole corrupt, diseased temple lose their minds and go all in on Epstein. It's Qatar is on the it's on the bingo card for the next few days, in case you're curious of what they're going to be doing. And every single time they want you to believe that the guy that beat all of them, the guy that got 215 million votes in an 8-year period, unlike anything that has ever happened in American politics ever in the history of the country, is the fool, and they are the high IQ people.
That's right. And this is, again, this is FBI Director Kash saying the indictment's coming, mentioned disease temple of corruption, guys, on 9/15. This is 10/8, and just recently as well. And this is biblical, guys. A diseased temple of corruption, guys. And you know what was interesting? Look at the different things that here it is. Yep, there it is there. So, we are all praying for Trump. We realize that the Q post says Kash Patel, name to remember. And, when we have our friends that allegedly were following Q, but now it's just all about the numbers, saying that Kash is deep state because he equals 93. Well, I think it's the reverse. We are taking the numbers back, and Kash Patel is doing the right things for America. I'm sorry. I'm not buying into the psychological operation, Shady.
I'm not going to buy into them either. You know what I heard? That everybody else needs to skip over all of these idiots that scream and yell, there's not been anything done. Nobody's doing it so many days. They're not going to get it. You know what we heard? I'll tell you what we heard. We heard Dan Bongino said that this Brian Cole story is chapter 1 of a 20-chapter book.
Yeah.
That's what the man said. Now, we can speculate about what he meant by that. I'm not going to. I'm going to just let it sit right there where it is, because a 20-chapter book compared to chapter 1 sure does sound interesting to Shady.
It does. I like it.
I like it a lot.
And here we go, Shady. Monday is over, Shady.
We did it. Whew. We got that done.
We did.
That was a slog.
Wow.
It was not a slog. That was awesome. Thank you. There's nothing better than being here with you wonderful, great, amazing patriots to stand tall and stand firm on what we know we fought for the last 8 years. What did we fight for? We fought for Donald Trump to stand up and shove it right in their stupid little petty faces. And you know what he's doing? He's shoving it right into their stupid little petty faces.
And Shady, I got one for you. You ready?
Oh, I know. Oh, is it Blue Chew?
Oh, boy.
Do it.
Here we go. Here we go. Here you go, Shady Grove. Blue Chew chewable tablets are made with active ingredients found in popular ED medications, but in chewable form and at a much more affordable price. No waiting rooms, no pharmacy lines. Turn your head. Just a quick online visit. Sorry about that. And once approved by a licensed medical provider, Blue Chew sends chews straight to your door. Look, guys, Blue Chew is the upgrade button for your sex life. Level up and get your first month free at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our Rumble listeners. You try your first month of Blue Chew free, and when you use promo code Rumble. Just pay $5 shipping. That's promo code Rumble. All plans include an online health assessment, prescription medication, if appropriate, monthly refills, and ongoing medical support. A prescription will only be written if deemed medically appropriate after an online health assessment with your license or a licensed provider. Visit BlueChew.com right now for more detailed information and safety information, guys.
Get up, stand up.
I can't. I'll take the zebra.
I love you.
Turn it up. Two rebels hit the screen in the Matrix and shady, meaner than a guillotine. They saw the lies of fire, felt the system start to crack. Said the truth ain't given, baby, you gotta take it back. Kicked off YouTube, silenced in the dead of night, but they cranked the amps to 11 and kept on rocking the fight. 7 years of thunder, never bowed, never broke. Now November 25, we're back and dropping truth like smoke. We got the power, we got the fire. Show, keyboard warriors, let the whole world know. Rising from the flames, 7 years in the fight, and we're taking back the game. MG Show, crank it loud and proud. The truth is learned, never told, scream it out, scream it proud. Deep state shadows falling, Soros cash can't buy the dawn. Arabella webs are breaking when the warriors long gone. 12 o'clock Eastern, feel the lightning in the air. Chests exploding like pyro, freedom everywhere. We got the power, we got the fire. YouTube's back, lightning striking twice. Whoa, it's the MG Show. Keyboard warriors, let the whole world know. Rising from the flames, 7 years in the fight, and we're taking back the game. MG Show, louder than hell tonight. Armor of God, Constitution ready for the fight. They tried to bury us. They didn't know we were seeds. Planted in the darkness, now the truth is all we Whoa, it's the MG Show. Keyboard warriors, watch the legend grow. Victory in sight, 7 years in the fight, and we're burning up the night. MG Show, forever will ignite. Where we go, one, we go all into the fire, into the light. You know 5, turn it up and never let it die.
Oh, yeah.
MG Show.
www.mg.show. Boom.